Hey, True Believers, England here, and Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve while I'm recording this, and man, the wind is kicked up outside. Holy Toledo, it's like hurricane out there. Anyway, tonight, boom, Evil Dead 2, A Merry Deadite Christmas. We're going to be reviewing that. It started off as a digital only, so I'm going to go through the whole story. We're going to check it out. This isn't just a review. We're gonna check out the whole story. You can win this comic book, so stay to the end of the video to find out how. Alrighty, like it or not, the people responsible for Evil Dead 2, A Merry Deadite Christmas is Georgia Ball for the writing. We've got Vincenzo Riccardi for the line art and Chris Summers for the colors. And hello to Taylor Esposito who did the letters. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now let's get this party started. It's the most wonderful time of the year, but maybe not for Annie Noby as she's walking down the street with Ash Williams. I can't believe tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Maybe I should have released this yesterday. Already, with all the sending demons back to the pits of the fire and whatnot, the holidays really crept up on me this year. Kind of weird you're spending it with a guy cloned from a hand instead of your family. She looks at him angrily. We see Ash going, "Oh, right. Your parents are in hell. Your ex-boyfriend, too. My bad." You're making that pissed off face again. This is related to that sensitivity thing we talked about, isn't it? And then they're back at the hotel and he's saying, and he's still bummed about her parents. Probably shouldn't start bringing that. I should probably, let me try that again. And he's still bummed about her parents. Probably should stop bringing that up. Okay, kids, let me give you a little nickel's worth of free advice, as they say. I've been married for quite a long time. Don't do that, by the way, what he's doing. You got to keep bringing up the dead parents. You got to keep them on their toes. If you are a gentleman once, they expect you to be a gentleman twice, and more so all throughout your life. Also, by the way, if they ever ask you to do laundry, leave a red sock in with the whites at least once. And when they ask you to cook dinner, make it the most spicy chili. And then they never bother you about any of this crap again. Of course, I was separated from my wife for 7 years, so take that with a grain of salt. So while Ash is brushing his teeth, he gets a little bit of a visit from a ghost. Excuse me, no spiritual communication during my private time. Not cool. I'm sorry, my timing is always the worst. It's just that I really need help from a professional expert like you, Ash. Nope, 100% on Ash's side on this one. Another thing that would get you separated for 7 years from your wife is, no communication through the bathroom door, much less in the bathroom while you're dealing with your stuff. I don't care if it's shaving, brushing the teeth, whatever. No communication through the bathroom door. That's a rule. That's a hard rule. So the ghost goes on to say, my name is, or was, Robbie Dawes, and until recently I worked at the worst theme park in the world, a real homespun Christmas year-round nightmare. I worked there too. It's called Disney World in December. Horrible. I needed the job, but I've never been the candy sugar plum type. More of the deck the halls with what's left of a co-ed part 4 kind of guy, if you know what I mean. Just my luck that my first interesting read I've ever found in the stockroom was also my last. All hell broke loose, literally. Before they pulled my eternal soul into torment, I heard what the spirits are planning. They're going to use that theme park to create peace on Earth by killing everyone on it. Please don't let that happen because I was so stupid. Please. And one bad edit later, we join Ash and his friend at Santa's Secret Snowy Garden. Is this the park? Robbie Dawes' former place of employment? Yes. Someone should have put a little more thought into that name. It's like it's accidentally sexy, but in a bad way, Ash. It makes me think about Santa's pubes is what I'm trying to say. I know what you're trying to say. I think I would go more cocaine than pubes, but maybe that's just me. I've never really thought of Santa as having pubes, but I guess you would think if, you know, the beard, the hair, it would still be the same. Maybe, I guess. I mean, you know, how much thought do you ever kind of put into that thing? You'd think like maybe Santa would shave his name into his pubes. The two continue to walk around, looking around as well. Unfortunately, name aside, isn't it kind of quiet for a Saturday? They should have opened hours ago. I'll ask a guy. We've seen the movies. We know what happens when somebody's got their back turned to Ash and he says, "Hey, dude," and they turn around and they're all dead-eyed up. I'm guessing that's what's gonna happen. So inevitably, Ash says, "Hey fella, do you know when?" And boom, turns around all dead-eyed up saying, "We will consume your soul and drown you in the lake of fire." Have you noticed it's always also a lake of fire? It's never like, oh, you're gonna be an ocean of fire, or even, you know, a ditch or a retention pond of fire, perhaps. Ash quickly dispenses of the evil elf with a shotgun blast to the head. I like the extra special glowing eyeball that's popping out of his skull. Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Right out the gate, huh? The service in this park is going to be very disappointing. She hears a noise. Do you hear a child cry? I think it's coming from that pavilion, they say as they run toward the pavilion. It says bumper cars. That's a ride, not a pavilion. And they enter, and yes, we know where this is going. Oh, look at the cute little dolly. Ah, death doll. False alarm, it's a Chewy Charlotte doll. Little girls used to get their hair caught in these things. Your mama got her hair caught in Chewy Charlotte doll, but it wasn't the hair on her head. There are a lot of pube references in this comic book for being a Christmas comic. As a matter of fact, for being a Christmas video, I think this may be the most I've ever referenced pubes before. So she throws the doll away, saying it has Ash's sense of humor, and Ash is like, wait, that doesn't sound like crying kids. You know, I've been here, I've done that, I've seen evil gingerbread men coming in bumper cars that want to run me over and take my soul. It's a sad situation to find yourself in, but it's not very uncommon. So naturally, they run away, they dodge, they try to get away from the evil gingerbread men in the bumper cars. And for some random reason, even though she didn't look like she was in too much trouble, Ash is like, I'm coming, Annie! And I think they're going to do that thing where they jump away and then boom! This is a very predictable comic book, by the way. Oh no, wait, this is one of those less than 2% chance of me being wrong. Gingerbread axe in the head. Poof, axe to the face. That is a lot of wasted gingerbread. Okay, I'm not going to make anything out of the fact that the sound effect on the previous page was squirt squirt and here it's poke poke. Just saying. But it was Ash who was poking the young lady to show him that, hey, there's kids here and we're not alone after all. To be continued. Alrighty, so part 2 begins with Ash and the young lady. I still need to know her name. Talking to the kids. They're just a couple of kids. I'm Annie, and this is... Okay, her name's Annie. And this is Ash. Are we sure these are real kids? We've been fooled before. I'll test them. What's the fastest way to remove a parental block from the internet? Download a keylogger and use it to track their override password, then check the text logs when they're not home. Duh. On the other hand, I think it would have been cooler to see him test them like if it was a witch trial. Let me shoot you, and if you don't turn into a Deadite, I was wrong. But instead, Ash says he would have accepted blackmail as an answer, and the boy introduces them. I'm David, that's my sister Colette. The girl asks, or Annie asks, where your parents are. He says, Uncle Charlie brought us, pretty sure he skipped out when the ship went down. And the young lady says, same as we would have done if Genius here didn't think he could handle things. And Ash asks him, so how is that working out for you? And he says, hey, we're still here. And Annie says, I don't know where this evil infestation is coming from, but we'll have to come back later, and we've got to get these kids safely out of the theme park first. So they begin to make their way out, and the little girl says, I think there's an exit that way through the Sleigh Bell Snack Bar. And Ash is saying, let's cut through here. Annie sees a doll impaled on a reindeer's face, or antler, excuse me, and the reindeer's face looks evil, and she says, what does that remind me of? Glad you asked, Annie, because the reindeer, his face, reminds me of the Evil Dead 2 with the laughing kind of thing. Don't know why it would remind Annie of that, but also the doll impaled on the antlers reminds me of Silent Night, Deadly Night, because Leanna Quigley gets her topless torso impaled onto deer antlers. Yeah, I know things. So Ash begins to chomp on some fries, and Annie's like, really? Food now? And little girl says, that is so unsanitary. And we see the little kid looking off, guys. And you gotta ask yourself, how did everybody else not notice all of the giant evil monster candies lining up like that? It's not like they were in a shadow and he's like, look over in the corner or anything. They're like right by the front door. So everybody gears up to fight, Ash saying when you're attacked by food, you need the right tool for the job, grabbing a fork and what looks like a big-ass butcher knife. He stabs what looks like one of those soft cookies with the pink icing in the eye with a fork and step back or get sporked. And it falls to the floor while the candy cane grabs him around the neck. Annie decaps what looks like, I don't know, what would that be? A chocolate covered cherry with a cherry on top? And it looks like a gummy bear being sliced in half. Annie saves Ash from the candy cane and we see a Christmas tree. Thuck, 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 thuck. Get the kids out of here, Annie. The Christmas tree grabs Ash and says, once we've stopped you, we could take over the world. And for some reason, her, or is it here? I don't know what he's trying to say, but Ash is like, Robbie? Recognizing the voice of the tree is the same as the voice that visited him. And as they're running out, the little girl says, is Ash going to be okay? And Annie says, if I know what that meathead like a donkey. Let me try that again. If I know that meathead like I think I do, he'll pull off a miraculous escape we won't even get to see. And of course we see Ash running up going, Robbie Dawes set us up. That little nerd was working with the dead all along. Nerd. Didn't Robbie tell you he's really into horror movies? Something like that. I wasn't paying attention. Half the time when people talk, I just hear blah, blah, blah. And he says, I've been seeing references to Christmas horror movies all over the park. And in almost all of those movies, there's only one big bad. Santa Claus. I think I know where we can find him. So those really were references to those movies. It would make sense. Although the only other reference I saw, after I read that panel, I went through it again, and it really seems like the Gingerbread Man. I saw that one. If you've seen any of the others, let me know in the comments below. So the troop, I was about to say the troop and kind of went with crew, kind of messed up, are headed towards Santa's workshop, and we see Robbie. What took you guys so long? We were getting worried, and we see all sorts of toys. Now, this would be cool if they had some sort of, like demonic toys reference or something along those lines. I think there was a missed opportunity. But then again, demonic toys wasn't an evil Santa Claus Christmas movie. And we see the crew get to town, just hacking and slashing, cutting up little toy elves. I hope those are toy elves, although there doesn't seem to be blood, but something's flying off that half-sliced elf. The giant teddy bear falls on Annie, and apparently she just cut her way through the middle. The teddy bear apparently didn't do anything else, just jump. Like, that doesn't look like we're fighting. What's weird is the rocking horse, one is biting the kid to ill effect, while the other one is kicking. Is her plan to kick it on the side? You gotta hit it with your body. You're not gonna knock it over. You weigh like 5 pounds. Annie climbs to the ceiling, saying I guess this is the incantation, Kandar oh my gosh, evil's coming through the window. Kandar Agat Vot Agath, and we see Robbie with some skeletal reindeer. Keep talking, Annie. All you're doing is increasing my power. She continues the incantation, and as she says, Nagathat, stabs Robbie into the heart with her knife. And that pretty much does it. We see Robbie's glasses fall off the ceiling, and next panel, everybody's like, Silent Night. Oh wait, that's the Bon Jovi. They're probably not singing that one. Point being is, this is a quick wrap-up, gang, because Ash is going, how's this for a warm and fuzzy memory? Kids kind of gets you right here. And the boy is saying, I wish every day could be just like Christmas. Dude, you are a sociopath. That's all I have to say about that. All right, so how was it? It was all right. It was pretty good. I liked it. Fun. That's definitely the word for it. Not exactly the most deep story I've ever read. Its quick ending and such kind of leads to that, I guess, that kind of a review. But it's cute. It's an easy read. I enjoyed it. But it can be yours. It can. So all you have to do is be a subscriber and comment down below. And what I want you to answer here, the question I want you to answer, what do you think Santa would shave into his pubes if he had to shave anything? Yes, I went there. Alrighty, so let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell. You know the drill. Make sure it's set on all, because subs mean very little. It's good to have them, but we need that watch time and those notifications. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon, Ko-Fi, links in the description below as well. Drop $1 in the till, helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, Oops, I forgot one thing. The winner of the last video, congratulations, goes to Jim Sorensen. Thank you very much for commenting. And so I will have that book out to you, Hitman, the Hitman Christmas comic. I hope you enjoy. And now to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. And here are the credits with Christmas music.